Guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're doing a deck review of my Lightsworn deck. And the reason I've not been here is because, I know it's been 3 weeks, but I've been in Australia, in Sydney, down under, not your mum. So, right, let's get into this. Right, first of all we're going to go with Raiden or Raiden. First of all I'm just going to say actually, the main point of this deck is to get cards into the graveyard, to summon these at the top and eventually summon some of these at the bottom. To go for it. I'll go for them all. I'll go for the trap first. Mirror Force is the sweatiest card in the game. You probably know what that does, it just destroys all your opponent's monsters when they attack. Right, Regeki Break, you just get rid of one card, destroy one of theirs. Soul Charge. If you've got a card in the graveyard and you want it, you can just use this, and the amount of cards you get from the graveyard and place down, that's the amount of life points summoned. So if you've got 3 cards in the graveyard, you want to get them all back, you can do that, and you pay 3,000. But you can't conduct your battle phase in that turn. This is mainly used for this, because what Eclipse Wyvern does, when it's going to the graveyard, you banish one of these. You banish one of these. And then, when you banish one of these, you use that to banish that from the grave, and then you can send the card you banished to your hand. This, you discard one Lightsworn monster, any of these, and then you draw 2 cards, send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. And this is useful because you need to send cards to the graveyard in this deck, like I've already told you. This, you just literally send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard and add any of these to your hand. Necrogap, I'll do the effect there. This, well, obviously you don't use it on the field. 0/0. When they use an effect, quick effect, send it to graveyard, negated. Easy. When this is done, when this is in the graveyard and they attack and the opponent attacks you, banish it to their battle phase, and then they can't attack. That monster can't attack. Card Trooper. You mill 3 cards, or you can choose a number, and then for each card sent to the graveyard, it gets 500 attack. So it gets 1,900. And this is good for getting cards in the graveyard again. I don't actually know what this does. Right, let's wait. So if it's sent from your graveyard, basically you can special summon it. So you can't summon it normally, it's only if it's sent from your deck to the graveyard by any of these, of anything. Or it's monster effects, so like any of these like mill cards, like Card Trooper or anything. And basically you tribute it, and then you can target a monster your opponent controls, destroy it, and then send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard, so that's good because you can just mill cards. And most importantly, it's a tuner as well, and that's useful. This geezer, if it attacks a defense position monster before like damage, you can shuffle it into a deck, and during each of your end phases, send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. You'll notice it's a regular theme this bit, where it's during each of your, where you can send cards to the graveyard, because that's what you need in this deck, basically. Like this doesn't do it, but if it's sent to the graveyard by anything, special summon it. It's got 2,000 attack, or 2,100, and you can use it for like synchros or anything. Right, so there's 2 of those. This, you just flip it, target one monster on the field, destroy it. So if they use blue eyes, just destroy it, send the top 3 cards of your deck to a graveyard. I've never used this. Every time a card's sent from your deck to the grave by a Lightsworn monster, send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard, and then you just draw a card for each Lightsworn monster sent. That's pretty easy, I suppose. You can target one spell monster, one spell trap your opponent controls, and then you change it to face up attack, face up defense position. Yep. And destroy that target during each of your end phases, and the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard again. Here, when this is on the field, discard a card, and then you discard a card from your hand, target a 1 to or level 4 Lightsworn monster in your graveyard, and then you special summon it, and again, doing each of your end phases, send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Raiden, it's a tuner again, and it looks pretty cool. I don't know why. You send the top 2 cards of your deck to your graveyard when you're actually like in the main phase, and for each one that's a Lightsworn monster, you gain 200 attack, so it could end up with 2,100 attack. And then I think at the end phase, doing each of your end phases, send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. And I've got 3 of those because they're all tuners. So this, when it's sent to the graveyard by anything, you can basically get one of these, and you send that to you banish it, and then you use Soul Release to banish Wyvern, and then you can get that to your hand, and yeah, that's basically it. Right, so these when you've got a certain amount of Lightsworn monsters in your graveyard, which is the whole point why you want monsters in your graveyard, you can just special summon it. So if you've got 3 of these in your hand, you can just special summon them all if you've got enough. So if you've got 4, you can special summon 3. And this is, I like Judgment Dragon because, by the way, you've got to have different names. You can't just have like 4, yeah, you know what I mean. You can just pay 1,000 life points and destroy every card on the field, apart from itself. And yep, so send the top 4 cards of your deck to graveyard again. And this time you need 5 for this, which is a bit weird since this is a high level, but you know. So you basically have 5 in your graveyard, but you banish a type like a light monster from your grave. Then you target like a set monster card your opponent controls, and you just review it and put it on the top or bottom of the deck. So that's literally all you do. But you can use like tuners and any of these to like summon these bad boys at the bottom. You know what XYZs are, I'm just going to go through them. I don't really use XYZs in this deck. I'm so neutral. So, yeah, and Spitfire there. So, I mainly use Stardust Spark and Stardust. What this does is, basically, you can, once a turn, you can target a monster on your side of the field. It can be itself, and it can't be like targeted with battle or card effects. And it's really sick actually, because it's got like a decent amount of attack as well. And yeah, and if you use this, can't remember what this does. You contribute this card, and basically when it's like a card or say it's a card or a destroyer card, like say Penguin Soldier, you can contribute it and then just destroy the other card. And if this, and during the end phase, if this effect was activated, you can just special summon it from the grave. This one looks pretty sick. I don't actually know what any of these do, but this looks like it can't be affected by anything, and it looks pretty sick. So I don't actually know what these do, so I'm just going to scroll through them, and you probably will know them. That looks cool. You can like go Al Akbar on this and destroy all cards in the field when you summon it, like if you need it. But yeah, and if you want me to do a deck review in any of these, then I'll do it, I suppose. But I need to get to know them first, because I don't know how to use that one, that one, that one, and that one. So yeah, so as I said, Bride's Match R56 will probably be uploading, because he's come back from Australia as well. So that's literally why we've not been uploading. It's not because we're lazy. So basically, I think that's literally it, guys. So I'll be uploading again tomorrow. See you later, and adios.